So we are live again. Good morning. Trying to get myself situated here. We are live. Good morning. Good morning, ladies. Happy Sunday. As you come on, say good morning. Let me know you're there. Hey, Sylvia, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Sitting here getting myself situated. Angela, good morning. How are you? So good to see you, ladies. So good to be seen. Hope you ladies are doing well. What's going on? It is Sunday morning. It is time for coffee talk. Um, Excited to be here today. Hope you ladies again are doing fine. So, ladies, as you come on, say good morning. Let me know that you're in there because you know this is my favorite part of coffee talk, being able to call your name out and say good morning. So please just give me a wave or something so that I will know that you are there. Wanda, good morning. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Sitting here having my coffee. Last week I played music at the beginning of Coffee Talk, and I got this little notice that said, from Facebook, because I don't own the rights to the music, that part of my Coffee Talk may be muted. So I decided, well, you know what? I just won't play music anymore. Janice, good morning. How are you? Glad to, you ladies are up this morning. Danica, good to see you. Um, yeah, glad you ladies got out and hanging out with me this morning. I got up really early and stood out on the balcony a little bit, and it was so much silence compared to at night. Like I woke up in the middle of the night and I could hear people partying outside, and I'm thinking to myself, I think we still have a curfew here in Chicago. But at any rate, based on the laughter, it sounded like they were having a really great time. And then, of course, this morning I go out on the balcony and it's complete silence. You know, I think I saw one car and I stood out there for about 10 minutes. But what's happening, ladies? Good morning. Good morning. It is so good to see you. I appreciate you getting up on Sunday morning and joining me. And actually, I was standing out there on the balcony this morning. And I only saw one car. It was maybe about 6:15, and I'm like, "Who gets up at 7:30 and do coffee talk?" And it was just funny. Yeah, I just started laughing at myself. I'm like, yeah, who gets up? But I appreciate you guys getting up, and you know I'm always going to be here on Sunday morning, so thank you so much. What are you drinking this morning? What's in your cup? I have my coffee here. Um, what about you ladies? Drinking anything good? Just having your coffee, your water, your juice? What's happening? What are you doing today? I think here in Chicago it's supposed to be 91 degrees or 90 degrees or something like that. So it's going to be hot and humid, although yesterday was a beautiful day. So, Crystal, good morning. How are you? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a minute. Yes. So, ladies, welcome to Coffee Talk. Appreciate again you getting up and joining me this morning. Crystal's having lemon water with mint. That sounds really refreshing. Sounds good too. But I need my caffeine to get me going in the morning. I only have one cup a day, so that's what I need to get going in the morning, especially getting up and talking this early in the morning. So, ladies, it is June. The last time we met, it was the last day in May. And now it's the first Sunday in June. Life and time is just flying by. And what I thought that I would talk about this morning, because it's June, I thought I'd talk about pause, and there is more. Megan, good morning. Good to see you. So, ladies, welcome to Coffee Talk. Again, I appreciate you. I do not take your time for granted. And I'm so grateful and thankful that you get up and join me on Sunday mornings, giving me this platform. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it. And I was thinking about that this morning when I started thinking about just life in general. And I was thinking about, we've been doing Coffee Talk for a few years now, and inspirations for the soul. I'm going to read from this morning as well. Was birthed as a result of Coffee Talk. So I have so much gratitude, love, and respect for you. And again, I'm so grateful for this platform. So thank you so very much. I truly, genuinely appreciate you. Good morning, Ubang. So with that being said, ladies, let's do Coffee Talk. Again, I just wanted to kind of reflect, I guess, because we're 6 months into the year, half of the year is over. So I thought this would be a good time just to do some reflection. Um, because first and foremost, you know, we've been through more this year um, than I think in this lifetime for all of us, right? Because the virus, then the curfews, we have the curfew because everybody, I think every state at some point had stay-at-home orders. And now I look out my window at Mariano's and there are people standing in line to get in the store to buy food. So we've all had to make some adjustments. And now as we go forward, because some of the states are starting to open up, in different phases, and as we go forward, we are having to go forward with this new norm. It's a new way of living. We all have to wear the mask now. So, and who would have thought at the beginning of the year that we would have this virus, wearing masks, have a curfew, and having to stand in line for food, and it goes on and on. And so many people have lost their jobs as a result of it as well. So there is so much that's been going on. So I started thinking this would be a great time just to reflect. Half of the year is over. We're having to adjust. We're questioning. Some of us are questioning our lives. We're questioning what's really important because we've had the opportunity to reflect. We've had the opportunity to evaluate, to really look at ourselves and think about, are we focusing on what's really important? And some of us are struggling to go forward because, again, we've lost our jobs and we don't know what's going to happen next. So we're really struggling. So I thought, again, this would be a great time to just pause for a moment and just think about where we are, what we're experiencing, and then going forward. So to reflect, I even went back to our theme for the year 2020 is my time to leap. And some of you may be thinking, wow, how can I leap when there is so much going on? But as you reflect, this may be a good time to really think about leap. Because the L is live life for me. Because maybe now is a good time as we go forward. Because there is a new norm and we don't know what's going to happen going forward. Now may be a good time for you to say, you know what? Maybe I should start focusing more on living life for me. Again, not from a selfish standpoint, but from the point in the perspective that this is your life also, and not always thinking about everyone else. Expect good things to happen for me is the E. So regardless of what's happening or what's going on, you can still wake up every day expecting good things to happen. Because what's happened in some cases, we've gotten bogged down with the little things and we're focusing on the little things of life. And in some cases, these little things, we're allowing them to control our minds to the extent that we're blowing them out of proportion. But look at your life from the perspective, look at the totality of your life and look at what you've been able to accomplish so far. And if you are at that point where the small things are starting to become bigger than what they really are, use your life experiences and skills to manage those small things so that they don't dominate your mind. So think of a time when you um, was experiencing something in life, probably growth, and you had this anxiety, but think about how you were able to manage it and look at where you are now. So expect good things and don't get discouraged, because when you start to get discouraged, you start to lose your confidence. So expect good things. Continue to expect good things. Accept the things you can't change. And that's a lot right now. But accept it. We can't change this virus. We can't change certain things. So you accept it. But you operate within the parameters that you have to be safe and prosper, to thrive. Because remember, it begins with your thoughts. So if you think you can prosper, guess what? You will prosper. But if you think you can't, then you won't. Because if you're at the point where you're feeling a little tired and discouraged because so much is going on and you just want to give up, then you won't be able to prosper. And remember, prosper is to thrive and flourish in all areas of your life, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and financially. But it begins up here in your mind. And if you don't believe that you can accomplish or prosper, then you won't. So as you think about the middle of the year and what you're experiencing, because you've had time to reflect and to reevaluate and focus on what's really important to you, I just want to say, if you're going through something right now, and we all are, but if you're getting to the point where you're feeling discouraged or that what you're going through is unmanageable, think about the totality of your life and what you've been able to accomplish so far, and use those skills to help you go forward. And if you find again that you're spending time on small things, because that's what happens and we make them bigger than what they really are, then think about what's really going on with you. Think about, why am I experiencing this? What impact is this having on my life? And how can I start to work through it? Again, use those skills that you have. And sometimes you just have to get up every day and be intentional and on purpose. And we've talked about that a lot. You have to start your day structure with some structure. So you get up in the morning and you think about all the positive aspects of your life. Because if you wake up and you're being intentional and you're feeding your mind intentional positive thoughts, that's what you're going to carry throughout the day. But if you wake up in the morning and if there's something that's causing you stress or anxiety in your life, and that's what you're thinking about, and that's what you're putting your efforts and your thoughts on, that's what's going to control you throughout the day. So you have to always be intentional. So with that being said, I'm going to read from Inspirations for the Soul. And if you have the book, I am going to read on page 76. And it's in the section, I have to see what section, this is in the chapter, Stay the Course. And it's pause on page 76 is the message. There are times in our lives We just need to pause to think about what we are doing and why we are doing it. So, two things. This whole virus has caused us to pause, so many of us. And then it's that time of year too, where it's like it's midlife. What am I doing with my life? Have I been able to accomplish what I really wanted to accomplish? Do I need to keep going? Do I need to stop? Do I need to turn around? And that's why I said last week, look at your life from a different perspective. Remember, I said if you look at your life from a different perspective, think about it this way: if you look at life from here, then you're able to see what's going on. And I use the maze as an example. So sometimes we get to the point we don't know what to do, which way to go, because we're so focused and looking at our lives from one perspective. But if you look at it from a different perspective, and if this is the maze, you can see exactly what steps you need to take, and then you can also see what's up ahead. So if you're feeling a little discouraged right now, or if you're just at that point because it's mid-year and there's so much going on and on your plate, just look at your life from a different perspective. Look at how you started the year and what you wanted to accomplish, and go back and look at those things. Because what you may find is that you are already accomplishing those things or you're working towards it, but so much is coming at you right now because of this new norm, you know. And sometimes we tend to look at things left or right and there's a middle. We go black or white, but there's a middle. So try looking at life from a different perspective. I'm going to continue on with pause. Oftentimes, we fill up our schedules staying busy because it makes us feel accomplished, look important, needed, and valuable. We feel like if we're not doing all these wonderful things, how will people see us? And because now, maybe because you've had to pause, and maybe because you've had to look at your life, this is exactly what you're experiencing. This is exactly what you're confronted with. Staying busy, after all, prevents us from being still, feeling vulnerable, and believing we don't measure up. Excuse me. Excuse me. Maybe we don't realize it or will even admit this, but these feelings of insecurity can keep us from pushing forward and won't allow us to rest. We stay so busy working hard that we ignore the ache in our soul and are stressed, feeling empty and unfulfilled. Only you know what you're doing and why you're doing it. Choose daily to pursue the true desires of your heart. And the question, as you pause to reflect, reprioritize and align your actions. What are you doing and why are you doing it? What is the impact on your life and others? And that's why I wanted to read pause, because some of us have had to sit still. And as a result, we have to look at our life. We have to look at our lives. And some of us, this applies to, we've been busy, busy, busy because it makes us feel important. And now all of a sudden, we don't have that. So we're left to confront ourselves. And it's causing us stress, it's causing us anxiety. So what I would say, again, don't let the small things, don't focus on the things that are going to cause you to be stressed. Be on purpose and intentional in terms of what you focus on and what you think about. So if you're forced to look at your life right now, think about what it is that you really want. Think about what it is that you're running from. And most of it, it always comes back to fear. And what are you truly afraid of, and why are you afraid? And what would happen if you confront the fear? What would happen if you admit that I'm afraid? And what would happen if you say, I'm going to do one small thing just to push past my fear? Just one small little thing. And the first and foremost, it begins with admitting it. So if you're one of these people that you're staying busy, 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 or you have been filling up your schedule because it makes you feel important and needed and valuable. And now you have to confront yourself. Think about, why is it that you feel this way? And here's the thing, know that you are valuable and you have valuable. And if you have to start every morning with I am valuable, I am valued, I'm important. List your skills, list your talents, whatever you need to do to feel encouraged. Then take one small step and do it. But I think even admitting it, if you have to confront it right now, then confront it. I'm feeling fearful. I'm feeling like I'm really not important. And then I want you to flip that. I am important. I am important. I am important. To the point where you believe it from your soul. So be intentional about what you're feeding your mind. And then the last thing I want to read is on page 94, know there is more. And by the way, if you need to reach out to someone, now is not the time. If you're feeling this way, now is not the time to say, I'm not going to reach out. Now is the perfect time to reach out to someone, a friend. You need to reach out to someone in the church, get a coach, whatever you need to do. Now is the time. And no, there is more. I'm on page 94. Far too often, we get caught up in mundane things that are not important compared to the big picture and the scheme of life. As a result, we can fail to realize there is more, which can lead to living a life of status quo. As you think about your life and go through the day, know there is immeasurable potential within you, plans and purposes beyond your wildest dreams. Get up every morning prepared to experience growth and expect more out of life. Prioritize and know what's important to you. Be future focused and have a plan to move forward. Know that the universe is waiting to give you what it is you desire. There is more for you. Be present in your life and step into your greatness. And the question is, what's possible for you, and what advice would you give yourself? So here's what I want to leave you with. First and foremost, be encouraged. Because if you think about your life and what you've been able to accomplish so far, what lies ahead for you is greatness. And you can use the skills, because you have skills and experiences and knowledge. Use that to help you move forward. And start with, and I say this all the time, getting up every day, being intentional. Because if your mind, if you're feeling anxiety and negative thoughts, then you have to be intentional and change your thoughts. And when your thoughts change, your behavior will change. And if, again, you need help, get help. But here's the other thing too, trust yourself. Trust yourself. So if you're feeling a certain way and you can't shake the feeling, trust yourself enough to know that if you need to reach out, then reach out. And trust yourself enough to know that you can be intentional and get up every single day, focusing on what it is that you want. Be intentional about expecting good things to happen. Be intentional every single day to be encouraged. So even if something is going on or something occurs that day, stay in that space of being intentional and encouraged. And that's the thing, when you feed your mind positive thoughts, when you feed your mind, and even when you confront your fear, the more you admit that you're afraid or afraid. And the more that you admit why you're afraid, the more you can start to manage it. But if you don't admit, I can't talk, if you don't admit it, it grows in your mind. It just grows and it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And before you know it, it consumes you. And before you know it, it can paralyze you. So be intentional and trust yourself. Be honest with yourself till thy own self be true. So that's coffee talk. It's half of the year's here. We're moving forward, having to adjust to a new norm. And some of us, our challenges are so great because we've lost our jobs. And we don't see how. But stay in that space, believing and knowing there is more. Stay in that space and believing that I'm going to get through this and I'm going to be okay. Stay in that space of encouragement. Be encouraged. And that's what you feed your mind. And then think about your life again, the big picture. Think about some of the trials and tribulations that you've been through, but you made it through. And at that time, you were experiencing whatever it was the biggest thing going on in your life, and you didn't know how you were going to make it through, but you made it through. And that's what you have to draw on. And that's what you have to pull from, that inner strength that you have. If you're going through something, if you're feeling discouraged, pull on the strength. You have the skills and the experiences. Life has taught you this. And you hold on. And don't get discouraged. And stay in that space. 2020, is my time to leave. Yeah, it may be crazy. It may be a new norm. But think about what you learned about yourself. Think about your own spiritual growth and renewal. And think about maybe you just simplified your life. Maybe some of the things that you were focused on, you said, girl, those things, they were not even important. So I am not going to focus on them anymore. Your shoulders are lighter. You've simplified your life. But stay encouraged and know that there is more for you. And you have the strength, the experiences to get through it. And even if you have to call on someone, you know enough that, okay, I need to call somebody today because I need to share this. I need to share this with somebody because I'm not carrying this today by myself. That strength as well, too, because sometimes we are so afraid that we're going to be judged or it appear that we're weak or, be vulnerable if you need to be. But you do what you need to do to take care of you and trust yourself. That's Coffee Talk, ladies. We made it 6 months into it. We didn't think that we could be on lockdown for 2 months, but guess what? Most of us were on lockdown at least 2 months, and we learned some things about ourselves. And you take that and you run with it, and you just keep going. You just keep going, and every single morning be intentional. All right, so let's see what we got for comments of anything. But that's Coffee Talk, ladies. How you feeling this morning? You ready for the next half, the next 6 months? We got this. We got this. Sylvia said the message was so necessary. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Be strong enough to reach out. And that's it, Pam. That's so important because we tend to, think that it's going to appear that we're weak. But no, I think it's strength when you do, because when you realize, okay, I'm at this point and I need help, that's when you're showing strength. That's when you're focusing on taking care of you, because it's like, oh, no, 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 no. I'm not going out like this. That's strength, I think. And you owe this to yourself. And Janice said, awesome, God, we got this for sure. Be strong enough. But that's it, ladies. Push forward. Keep going. And remember, what's up ahead is far greater than what we've been through. I'm a strong believer in that life just gets better and better because we learn how to process it. We may not be able to manage the outcome, but we learn how to process things. And that's it. When you embrace life, regardless of where you are, then you can leave at any time. Because regardless of what happens, you know that I'm learning something. This is going to help me, and you just keep going. This is going to help me for the next season, or during the next season, or the next part of my journey. This is only going to enhance it. And remember, it's all here. It's right here. And that's the most powerful thing, is that you get to control your mind. You get to decide what you want to feed your mind. You get to decide. So you have to be intentional. All right, ladies, that is when you get to your end, Pam, extend. That's right. Reach out to that circle, reach out to somebody, call someone. And then be aware of other people too. Be aware of other people, because somebody may need you, and you may find that they are hesitant to reach out. So you may have to reach out to them, because we're all in this together. We're going through. And I can't wait until we get to the end of 2020. So as we look back and reflect, and even now, if you look back and reflect, you had to make some adjustments and do some things that you didn't even know you were capable of doing, but you did it and you're still standing. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting to the end of the year. But just keep in mind, 2020 is my time to lead. Continue on. If you have to make some adjustments, make some adjustments. But really focus on what's really important to you and allow that to drive your actions and to give you the energy and the encouragement that you need to keep going. So, ladies, I won't keep you any longer, but thank you so much for joining me this morning. I truly appreciate you. We do have Inspirations for the Soul book club, virtual book club meeting today. If anyone's interested, I don't know if I posted it in here or not. If I did, I need to change the date, because it is today, June 7th at 3. And we are going to be focusing on chapter, I think it's the chapter that is Stay the Course. Yeah. So I may have to go back and edit this when I post it. But we're focusing on the chapter Stay the Course. And if you're interested, please, you just have to register. The link will be here. Please feel free to join us. Powerful, authentic conversation with women, and very supportive and encouraging too. So whatever you're doing today, ladies, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you stay safe. And I will see you back here next Sunday morning for Coffee Talk. I really appreciate you again. Love and blessings to you and your family. Please be safe, ladies. I'll see you back here next Sunday. Have a great day. Bye.